Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading. It feels to me like somebody is rejected or feels like they didn't get what they want in a situation, but that rejection ends up being protection. Kind of gives the opportunity here for whomever I'm reading for to have some time to reconnect to themselves, right? And take some distance from other people. Underneath the self card, we have inner temple, gentle, pamper, disconnect, and self love. So it feels to me like it may be a little bit of a bummer, but it actually ends up being really helpful in terms of getting you into a better mindset going forward. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of enchant time. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Let's dive in. I think we're going to go with the Tattoo Tarot. Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. If you see this the day that I post it, I hope you have some fun plans. There's some nice weather today. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There's that rejection, right? If it's coming across as like you just need to look at this as a bump in the road. It's an obstacle, but it isn't like a serious loss, right? Like, I think in a short amount of time, you're going to be able to look back on it and see exactly why that happened the way that it did, right? Good morning, Kevin. Hello there, Nancy. Good morning, Trinity. Hello, Voodoo. How are we all doing today? So, yeah, I feel like this is meant to be a bit of reassurance. So, we might find out why it's a good thing that this rejection happens. Because I don't know about you, but one of my favorite concepts is that when something doesn't go well, when you don't get something that you really wanted, sometimes it's because there's something better that you didn't even know about that's out there that fits the situation or makes you even happier, right? So, let's see what else we have here. Magician and Two of Cups. That's exactly what I'm seeing here. It's like when you go to a restaurant and you look at their menu, you see one of your favorite options, and you're like, that's it. That's clearly what I want. And then the server stops by the table and tells you they have a special. And it's like, okay, so we're just going to put this in Carmen terms. Pastrami sandwich, Cuban sandwich, both are amazing. But if I get my heart set on a Cuban sandwich and then they tell me that they have a special for pastrami, I'm like, I'm there. Like, there's something here about you finding out you get what you want more, like it's less headache. You don't have to move for it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I want a pastrami sandwich on special. Like, hello, who wouldn't? Sorry to all my vegan friends and vegetarian friends. So we have something here where it's like, yeah, there is something that didn't go the way you wanted it to, but it's for a good reason. Good morning, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? So there's a sense here that there's like a higher power trying to make sure that things go the right way so that you end up being in the right place at the right time for a partnership or a relationship that is, everything you've wanted, right? So, depending upon your current situation, you'll know whether this is about a career situation or a love situation. Because we have the handshake on the Two of Cups in this deck, I feel like it's open to either concept. And for some of you, it could be for both. Like stranger things have happened. Damn. All right. I gotta say, this is making me smile. So we have the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Again, we have this concept here where this could be either love or money or finances, career kind of stuff, right? Because Pentacles, that's all about what is like tangible, right? We've got a sense here that you've been patient, trying to be patient, maybe. You've been waiting. It's like, I'm ready to I don't know if I want to say it that way, but I'm going to because it's in the image. Like I'm ready to plant a seed and watch something grow and like make something amazing, right? Whether that's starting a new business, starting a new job, meeting somebody new, and cultivating a really healthy relationship. The King of Pentacles is simultaneously the card that represents somebody who's doing really well financially, could be a business owner, but it also represents that stability that a lot of people seek out in their relationships. So, in other words, this is a great person to be in a relationship with, right? So, either that's you or that's your person. All right, let's see what else we have for you. Good morning, Karen. How are you doing? Hello, Redbeard. Patience is a virtue. Ooh. High Priestess in the reverse. This comes across to me as a surprise. It's almost like, okay, so for some of you, it's coming across kind of like playful. Like if you feel that you have loved ones on the other side that protect you or guide you or, just generally want the best for you, it's almost coming across as if like that feeling you get on Christmas Eve, whatever it is, right before somebody's going to open a gift that you've gotten them, and you're really excited to see their expression because you know they're going to love it. Like maybe they have no idea this is even like possible for a gift, whatever it is. There's this sense here that somebody is looking at the situation like giddy because yes, this is rejection. This is like a moment to like kind of recollect yourself, right? But there's something good coming. There's something that a period of stagnation leads to like a lot of change, right? So definitely getting an excitement vibe here. But I think it's also important to mention it's a really good idea to get comfortable with alone time, right? Like, I think the healthiest you can be is having dealt with what you needed to heal and getting to the point where you don't have to distract yourself from your own thoughts, right? I can be a very social person, but I can also be a hermit, right? Like, I enjoy being around a lot of people. I will probably be slightly obnoxious or like talk too much, but I can also go a long time without hanging out with people. And I feel like there's something here about whoever I'm reading for, you finding out that there is something really enjoyable about that alone time that maybe you didn't necessarily appreciate a while ago. Page of Pentacles, a new start. This can also reference a dream coming to fruition. With the hands raised, I feel like you're going to be very thankful here. Almost like, I'm so glad that didn't happen so that this could happen, right? For somebody out there, this person who has been watching out for you had blue eyes. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Star in the reverse. So I like the Seven of Swords in the reverse, but the Star I generally like to see in the upright because that can represent healing. But we're clarifying the Magician and the Two of Cups right now. So it feels to me like you're going to understand the truth of a situation that at this point is a little nebulous for you or a little bit unclear. With the Star and the reverse, you haven't seen the direction yet. So I feel like I'm reading for somebody here who, uh, yes, you've been doing a lot of the things that you need to do to improve your own situation, but there's also kind of a question mark over your head. Like, I don't know which direction I'm supposed to go necessarily. Like, I could do a couple of different things, and I'm a little bit focused on how I can make that decision. So I think you're still looking for like the North Star. Like, what am I supposed to follow? Where am I supposed to go? For some of you, this is coming across as frustration with dating apps. Like, how am I supposed to do something with this? Like, no. And then randomly you meet somebody, right? So, a little bit of kind of like a sense of wandering, no specific direction. Ten of Swords in the reverse, and the Ace of Wands. There's a condition that applies to this new beginning for you. In other words, yes, there are blessings that are destined to be yours, but I feel like it's a good way to put it. It's like there's an express lane, but you have to know when to like hop onto that bitch, right? Like, sorry. You can't just continue without a specific direction in mind. For some of you, this is, how about you just like speak into existence what it is you want? Describe your perfect partner, describe your dream job, you know? For some of you, there's something here where you've done a lot to put yourself in the right place at the right time, but there's still something here that you could potentially do to like delay this blessing. It's coming across to me as far as like the career side of things, a bad partnership or like a loan. You got to be focused in terms of not letting things get off your path, right? For dating, this is like, I'm so interested in a relationship that I'm going to ignore a red flag, right? There's something here about making sure you stick to a certain path that leads to what you truly want. In other words, don't settle, right? It can be a little bit tempting to go with something that just works for now, but that's how we get stuck. So if something isn't quite right, if you're looking to buy a house and it's 2 bathrooms instead of 3 and you know you need 3, don't buy the house with 2 bathrooms. You know, like there's something here about, I know that I need this, and you're like almost there, but it'll do, right? No, it won't. If you want like the end all be all, if you want the right situation for you, then you got to stick to your boundaries and your requirements, right? Hello there, Tori. You crack me up. Hello there, Paul. How are you doing? Did I miss anybody else? I think I got everybody. All right, let's get a little bit more detail here for you guys. Okay, we're going to use the Signs of the Times Oracle. This is exactly what I'm seeing. Okay, so we have personal power, and then we have caution, represented by the crown and the traffic cone. I love traffic cones. I think they're hilarious. Like, the power they wield is kind of insane. Like, if you just bought a bunch of them, you could like control traffic. Sorry, I'm weird. But we've got something here that is really remarkable, something that you've been working towards, something that you've imagined and daydreamed about, but you haven't necessarily felt that it's like attainable or real. Finally, you see it in front of you. Like, do you see how this crown is framed and on a wall? I feel like there's something here about you seeing your dream as a possible, like, actual reality, right? But there's caution. This is that thing that you could potentially do to screw it up. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to be real with you. Like you gotta stick to your requirements. You can't fudge those because then it's like you settle for a lesser crown, right? Like, do you want the big crown or do you want the like baby crown? So let's see what else we have for you. Let's go with the situations deck, my fave. All right, what else do we have on this? Okay. See, this situation that you get rejected from or rejected by looked like it would be a good fit, but it's actually not. And you may already be able to tell this from the situation that you're in, but I'm looking at this apple thinking, like I love apples. Apples are a great way to get energy. Apples are what make apple pie, and I love apple pie. But we also have poison, toxic. There's something poisoned about this apple, right? So there's something that you would have found out when it was like too late or like when you were in the thick of it, where you would have been like, oh crap, why did I choose this for myself? Like, this is not where I wanted to be, right? And then we have nightlife, take a risk, gamble. I'm kind of torn here. Like, on the one side, it feels like this traffic cone caution, like bad opportunity so that you get the right opportunity. There's an opportunity here that could be a risk that you want, and then it also could be like one of those risks that you take that you regret. I'm leaning towards the regret one, right? Like, I still think that there is a risk worth taking for you in the future. This is almost like coming across as a test of your intuition or a test of your discernment. If you get an opportunity that looks too good to be true, are you going to do the research? Are you going to like look into it to figure out if it is too good to be true? That kind of thing. Hello there, Miss Christina. Oh, I like it. Does that mean I shouldn't like randomly laugh really loud, or if I'm hungry, will my stomach grumble, interrupt your meeting? All right, we have the bounty hunter. Oh, really? This is that good thing that you want. This is like giving me the vibe that once this rejection situation or this thing that isn't meant for you happens, with the quickness, we have the good thing coming in. So you'll get verification right after this rejection or like not for me kind of situation. And then something else just like takes off. Unexplainable pull, can't resist, magnetic. And grip, anchor, chains, weighed down. So it's coming across to me as you have to be like a free agent. You have to be single or you have to be available for hire. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had gotten into a situation with something else, this rejection thing, then you wouldn't be available or you wouldn't have been considered for something that actually is meant for you. There's our love card. And the trash. Oh, Lordy. I think you need to be reminded that your gut, your intuition, your general mood, sometimes better observed by those around you, will be a key indicator here for you in terms of that's my person or that's not my person, right? Like, or that's my dream job or that's not my dream job. Whatever it is, there's something here about one is right and the other needs to be discarded. You cannot like juggle here. You cannot like, date two people at once. You got to go with your gut and go all in. For those of you that have also experienced an obsession with the show Love Island, there have been multiple instances where somebody, starts off something really beautiful and then ruins it because they try to juggle with two people, right? And then there's just like bad conversations that happen. There's something here about you having to focus at a certain point. You know, it's not like, hey, I just met you, let's be committed. Or, hey, I just heard about your job opening. I'd like to be your employee right now. Like there's a provisional period, right? But there's also something here about being very decisive. If this is what you want, you better go all in. If it's not what you want, you need to be very decisive and X that option on the list or communicate that this isn't working for me, right? Um, it isn't always easy for people to be a straight shooter. I think that's why we have a lot of situations where people are being ghosted or are ghosting, and I challenge all of you to have the cojones to communicate directly, even when it isn't easy. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that opportunity because it doesn't pay what I'm worth. I'm not going to negotiate with you what I'm worth because I know my worth, um, probably worse in the dating scene, but we'll leave that one for you guys. I'm sure you all have your own examples. We have the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles again. Very nice. This is beautiful. This is kind of, the mascot of the channel here. The Queen of Wands is the warrior queen. And let's keep in mind that we all have feminine and masculine energy. I get the impression here that this queen and king are the same person. So, case in point, right? This is somebody in their Queen of Wands energy drawing in the opportunities, pulling in, being a magnet here to the good things that they want to bring about in their life. Some of you have gotten very adept at manifesting what it is that you want in your life, and this is a key example. However, we do have to keep in mind that if you are a human magnet, you might also draw in things that you don't really want, things that maybe you've already had an experience with. No, thank you, I don't want to do that job again. Or no, thank you, you remind me too much of my ex. I know why that didn't work out. Like discernment is the word of the day. Can you distinguish which opportunities are right for you and which are not right for you? Because this King of Pentacles is saying you are drawing in either the love of a lifetime or the job that helps you get to that financial situation that you've been dreaming of. Hey, maybe it's both. Who knows? Oh, I thought I dropped one. We have Strength in the reverse. And the Lovers. I smell a little desperation here, a little codependency. For some of you, this like test or this thing that you should reject or should be happy you got rejected by, this is a test that looks a lot like something you've already been through. This is almost like the universe saying, okay, you've learned that lesson, but did you really learn that lesson? Here's something exactly like what you used to have. Are you going to go for it again? Or do you know your worth? Do you know that you deserve better? Right? So you have a choice coming up. And the Lovers, by the way, can mean soulmates, yes, but it can also signify that you have a very serious decision approaching. and you've got to go with what you're actually drawn to. You've you've got to keep those boundaries in place, right? Like I'm trying to look out for you guys, okay? Because there's something amazing here that's meant for you, and I don't want you to, kick it down the road a little bit and have to wait longer for it. 10 of Cups, Temperance, wait, what? Really? Really? Shut up. Who are you? You're about to have like the best year ever. You guys, look at this. This is like, if we were playing poker, this would be the winning hand. The 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. These are the two tens of 4 that you really want to see in a reading, because this is the happy home dynamic, the love of a lifetime, the happily ever after concept. And it's coming out with the King of Cups. Somebody who feels a lot of emotion. And we have the King of Cups in the upright, which is lovely because this is somebody who knows how to communicate their emotions. And then on top of that, we have the 10 of Pentacles and Temperance. This is realizing how to allocate your energy in a way that maximizes your success. In other words, if you have been, dividing your time between 2 jobs to make sure that you can make ends meet, this is like, okay, you've been doing so well at one of them, you now get a promotion. That means you don't have to work that second job. Or you've saved up enough money, now you can buy that house that you've been looking at. Like this Temperance card is bringing things into balance, attaining that perfect mix that you're looking for, right? And we have 2 tens here leading up to Judgment, which is also like hearing your calling. So for as far as like vocational, this is somebody doing what they're meant to be doing, but it's also kind of a call back to this Lover's card. Judgment is a decision. There's a major decision here. You have to make the right one. You have to. All right, let's continue with the Egyptian tarot. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is going to be a pretty significant change in your finances. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, same place as this one was. The World and the High Priestess in the reverse. Yeah, there's a feeling of loss, a disappointment. For some of you, you may get fired or laid off, and then that leads you into the job or the role that you were meant to do this whole time. But the World is a great card to have in the middle here, because this is saying there's an end to this chapter of loss for you. There's an end to the chapter of feeling like you give and you don't get anything back. But the High Priestess in the reverse also kind of hints to the fact that listening to your intuition is incredibly important, right? And I also feel like there's a little bit of a surprise here, a little bit of a shock for you. Maybe you didn't expect this to be something that you could have. This is so amusing. It's like, yeah, no. I know everybody thinks rejection is a bad thing, but hear me out. It's like, yeah, no. The 4 of Cups, by the way, is rejection, boredom, right? So for some of you, it's like you get fired from a job you hate, or a relationship that you really, weren't enjoying ends because the other person decides to end it. And you're like, well, yeah, but And then everything gets better. Everything starts moving the direction that you want. It's like um, getting rid of, what's a good example? I don't know why I thought of that. Like getting rid of those stupid arms that come down in a parking lot so that you have to pay in order to get in. It's like, yeah, no, they're broken today, so you can just like park wherever you want. There's a barrier that is removed here because you reject something or because you accept a rejection and move on or keep looking for, the next best thing or actually a better thing. Because the sun, this is like serious happiness, serious happiness. It's also talking about enlightenment. So I feel like you have um, recently or you're about to have greater clarity in terms of what you envision for happiness. Paul, yeah, that's a great idea. Early retirement, sign me up. Not for this though. I want to do this forever. So, you guys are stuck with me. Hi there, Sean. How are you doing? We have the Empress. I really like this energy. So the Empress is, again, don't get too focused on the genders, right? The Empress is an energy of somebody who is obviously like that maternal side, right? Could actually be pregnant, but more so talking about like the ability to take care of people, be compassionate, loving, inspirational. But there's also an element to the Empress where she creates things, she builds empires, right? So there's something here about you starting something or building something that is just like chef's kiss, like totally worth it. We have the Magician again. So definitely getting a sense of empowerment here. And then we have the Moon. So you're gonna see that there might be some jealous individuals around you. If there are people who feel like they should have had that opportunity or they should have been your person, whatever it is, be on the lookout. Again, discernment is the word of the day. You might have to move away from a friendship or a family member if there is an overarching theme of envy or not supporting you. The other thing is there are truths that are coming to light. So if you've had some question marks in terms of people that you've been dealing with, you might be getting some insights into what actually happened or whether or not somebody lied. We have the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool in the reverse. So yeah, I definitely feel like things are improving in your career because the Nine of Swords in the reverse is like an abatement of your anxiety. There's something here that gets easier for you because you have been putting in the time and energy. The Eight of Pentacles is somebody who is approaching mastery in their skills, somebody who's doing quite well, right? And then we have the Fool in the reverse. To me, that just is coming across as like a false start. Almost like, yeah, that would have been a great, like a nice paying job. But then, like 6 months down the road, they would have laid everyone off, right? Like there's something here about you sidestepping. Would that be an alligator or a crocodile? I feel like alligators are more so like American. So I feel like if we're in Egypt, that would be a crocodile. But you guys, you let me know. I might be wrong. But it's a good thing. You sidestep something you don't want to be a part of by either being rejected or rejecting, right? All right. I kind of want one more. Page of Swords in the reverse and the Devil in the reverse. I love to see the devil in the reverse because this means that there's a fear or a block here that you've been able to free yourself from. There's a sense here that you can pursue what you want to, or that you can um, have success a little bit more easily because there isn't an obstacle here. But I do feel like for some of you, you might have to be a little bit vigilant pertaining to a legal or a tax issue. For some of you, this is more so like a gossiping problem. Take it how it resonates. It's going to depend on whether or not this is more so about your work or your love life. But there's something here, like a snag, that you need to watch out for. And I feel like the warning here, or the piece of advice is, if you notice that there is a yarn in the sweater that is unraveling, do your best effort to address that problem before it becomes not a sweater anymore. I hope you're listening to Weezer in your head right now, like I am. Um, you have to deal with a problem before it becomes a bigger problem. So communication appears to be very important in this situation. All right, let's grab a few more cards from the Kipper. We have mature man in the reverse. Marriage. Okay. So it feels to me like an immature person here. It does say mature man, so it could be a masculine energy, but doesn't always have to be. It feels to me like there's somebody who is pretending to want something that they don't actually want. So somebody who maybe feels like they could be dependent upon you, or they could use you for money. There's something here about trying to use love or a relationship or a partnership in order to be more financially secure because they can't go about it themselves. But we also have thief in the reverse and bad health. So it feels to me like this is like one of those people where I'm not trying to be a piece of shit, but I am. Like somebody who just accidentally causes drama for everyone or causes issues. Feels to me like it's that thing that you reject or get rejected by or whatever it is. Like there's something here that just isn't the right fit. And it could cause some anxiety or some depression. Like I said, for like the work situation, it feels like a too good to be true kind of situation where it's good for a short period and then it blows up in your face, right? Yes, I love that, Miss Joanna. Bloom where you are planted. All right, let's get a couple from the Golden Lenormand. I like seeing the clover. This is a good luck sign. You have luck on your side. Lucky girl. I'm actually taking this girl, number 13, as more of a new beginning, like a representation of a new beginning, something fresh, something new. So there is a sense here that, yes, you've got a little bit of a disappointment. And then after that, it's like, wow, I feel like blessed, right? Like I feel lucky. So there's a new beginning here that is going to be really, really good for you because, again, we have the Sun card coming out alongside the Empress. This is somebody who's in charge of their destiny and happy. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And I actually am trying to maybe make this more of like a 3 or even 4 live stream day. So hopefully you can catch me again later today. Bye, guys.